are the grain bins. You guys have heard plenty about grain bins since I've been on this little tour.
It's a part of Minnesota. There's grain bins everywhere.
It's Minnesota's personality trait to have a lot of grain bins.
Wet corn, you gotta have it.
Hey guys, welcome back to Ag with Emma. Today we've got part 2 with Chet Larson, and we're going to cover their equipment tour, which was super fun. I love seeing the comparison to some equipment that they used to use and then the equipment that they use now, and just seeing the size differences. And it's cool to see because, you know, farming 50 years ago even was so different than how we do it now. And this video is a great representation of that. And then we're going to cover their grain bin site, which is also a good representation of how things on the farm develop and change over the years. So super excited for you guys to watch this. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you're new here, thanks for joining, and I hope you like it. And I think that's it. Let's get rolling with Chet. I'm going to show you some more of the equipment that they use to farm corn and soy. Did we even say that you farm corn and soybeans?
Yeah, and we're actually starting raising some edible beans next year, this upcoming year. We're gonna start doing some, I think they're technically called black beans, or what, turtles? Black turtles?
That's what Zach was telling me about, black turtle beans.
Yeah, we're gonna start raising some of those. So we know nothing about what we're doing. We are learning as we go, which is exciting and scary all at the same time. But we're really hoping that we started this process because you got to put the right chemicals down to prepare for this. So we started this a couple years ago. Well, now the crop price has gone up, and we were trying to get to be more off of the break-even line, more to the profitable side. So that's why we started this process.
And then
now we're
got more expensive.
And now we're committed, and corn and soybeans have kind of rounded the corner to the more profitable side. So
now you just get the learning experience.
We get to do more work and maybe get paid the same. But with that being said, it's good to diversify. So that's the goal.
Adds that crop rotation in. So you guys can go see that on his channel. Watch black turtle beans.
Watch us experiment.
We love experiments. So what have we got here? A shoddy with a fatty, but what is
This is the back end of the combine.
It's a shoddy with a fatty.
This is where all the action happens, at the rear end.
At the rear end. Actually, that is where all the so if you're harvesting corn, it all blows out right there, right? No, or is it?
It's right
Yep. Yeah. I'm not around combines a lot quite yet, so you have to. Don't call me stupid. So it all blows out, and then that's
where all the residue comes out of right here.
And the residue covers up your soil, but
and then we fill it in.
And it adds. So just because you're tilling it doesn't mean you're ruining your soil. You're adding in that.
It mixes it in. Then the freeze thaw happens, and once you got it mixed in, it starts to break down before it freezes, and then obviously all summer long it's mixed in that soil. Gives you more fertilizer, more P&K and nitrogen, so, and a lot of other good stuff, bugs, and good for the soil.
Good bugs, because there's bad bugs and good bugs. So there's beneficial insects, non-beneficial insects.
No crabs. We used to run 3 combines, but we decided a couple of years ago to upgrade to well, at that time it was the biggest combine that Deere made.
And now it's the X9, right?
Yeah, the X9 is now out. I don't think the logistics of that would be for our farm, just because of the head size we run. I think the head would be too small for the machine, but this matches our grains facility, 2 of these, and 2 combines instead of 3 is a lot better. Less maintenance, less operators, less trouble. This is the first grain truck. Incorrect. This was the first grain truck.
What did you do with that?
They had boxes on the side of it. This is 1974.
You're not even joking right now.
No, I'm dead serious.
Look at the capacity difference.
This thing held almost 100 bushels of corn. Anyways, it had wood boxes on it, which we actually still have in, I think, my grandparents' garage in the rafters. But I think it held about 100 bushel. Then this one. Well, then we went to gravity boxes for quite a while, and by we I mean my dad and grandpa. And this was the first grain truck they bought. I believe it is in 1965, with a 74 cab on it, something like that. So this is Big Red. It's called a TranStar. I call it the Death Star because it's scared to death to drive it. But they maybe bought that in maybe the early 90s, I want to say.
And what's the orange thing?
This was one of them deals, you know, when I talked about
Having
instead
the
of
tool.
hiring stuff done, you do it yourself. This is, a matter of fact, a tree spade. So we wanted more tree lines around the farm. So we bought this to move trees out of...
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, we bought this to move trees out of our field. As CRP came out, a bunch of trees, so we bought this. The idea didn't pay for itself, but we still have
well.
the truck.
It's still here. Another grain cart. That's what the combine empties into.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, so this 25 Blue Devils. That's what we call that, Blue Devil.
Blue Devil.
Yeah, he's got an attitude.
So comparatively, this 2,500 versus 100.
Mm-hmm. Big difference. And that
Just
was
a little
their
bit.
truck. This is a wagon you pull around the field. Things have changed a lot since the 70s.
Yeah, and that was only 50 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
And I wouldn't say that our farm 50 years ago was probably below average on the modernness.
Yeah. You got your freedom bird.
America.
Are the grain bins. You guys have heard plenty about grain bins since I've been on this little tour.
It's a part of Minnesota. There's grain bins everywhere.
It's Minnesota's personality trait to have a lot of grain bins.
Mm-hmm. Wet corn, you gotta have it. Some of the first larger grain bins, these three, the one behind you.
This one?
That was kind of the first phase, and they weren't all built. I think these two were built at the same time, and then that one was years later. And in 2004, they kind of revamped the whole site. Actually, where the fuel tanks are sitting right there is where the old corn dryer and wet bin used to sit. The wet bin is now our overhead bin, and we just have revamped a lot of, as the farm has grown and as things have changed, we have redone our bin site 3 times now. And every time you redo it, you throw away a lot of stuff that you bought and paid for. But it's a part of it, I guess.
Yeah, it's just how it goes. And this is the grain dryer, right?
Yep, both of these are grain dryers.
Those are big old boys.
Mm-hmm. So as the farm has grown over the years from just bigger combines, as the industry has demanded bigger, there's just becoming less and less people that want to farm, and that's just a fact. Everybody knows that. So as people retire and pass on their farms, there ain't becoming more farms. There's becoming less farms, just bigger farms. And that's from a scale of a 500-acre farm going to 1,000 acres or scale on up. So as everything has changed, you know, you build your site for one combine at this size. Well, now you traded combines, now your site's too small, you need to upgrade. So my advice to you, put in big legs right off the get-go.
Do your grain bin squats, if you will, and get your legs big.
Yeah.
And that little thing is like 120 feet in the air.
You want to go up there?
Alright, so I'll teach you a little bit about how corn drying works. So, I guess
Whenever you're ready. Let them have it.
whenever you're
Let
ready.
'em have it.
Okay, so basically, okay, we'll show you. Real detailed here. We'll go top. I am the grain truck, okay? Let's go. Little grain truck comes up. Oh, not this one, right? Nope. These are covering holes in the ground, and the grain truck comes right here. If you pretend my feet are the bottom of it, it goes whoop, and it opens, dumps all the grain in there, and then it gets sucked up.
Yep. Goes into these. Basically gets dumped into that grain bin. So that's a wet
This one.
holding tank. So out of the field, we plant anywhere from 92 day to 101 day corn. That's just how long it takes the corn to mature for harvest. And corn can come out, depending the year, anywhere from 18% to 25-28% corn. Well, you can't sell it to the elevator. If you bring it to the elevator, they'll dry it for you, plus charge
Which is
you.
expensive.
Very expensive. So basically you bring it in here, you put it in that wet holding bin, it runs through the whole facility, through the corn dryers, and then you bring it out at 14.5, 15% is the ideal conditioning moisture, and so then comes out of there and goes into all the rest of the bins around the facility, and then you have a grain that can be sold and they don't charge you. It works out really well.
So while harvest is running, you guys are drying?
Yes, so when we are combining, they're continuous flow dryers, so as we are harvesting, it's actually dumping it into the dryers. When the dryers are full, it dumps it into the holding bin. So then at nighttime, when we're not combining, it actually is sucking out of that wet holding bin, filling the dryers, and basically dries 24 hours a day. However many days a week you work, generally 7.
Generally 7. That is about it. It's gonna be if y'all watched it to the end, you're a homie.
Yes, that's what I call a super fan.
Super fan.
Super fan.
Mega fans.
Mm-hmm.
Ag with Emma fans. Mega fan. I don't even know what I'm saying. But that is Chet. Go check out his channel. I'll probably tag him in the title of this video. Put their links in the description kind of thing. So
yeah, I think it's really cool what she's doing, traveling around, showing off agriculture. I mean, it changes so much from Zach's farm
50 miles
away to where we farm here. And going down south, it's totally different.
Way different.
So it's really cool to see this happen.
Yeah, thank you. So we'll catch you on the next video. Till then, hasta la pasta. You should do the hat thing.
Should we? Let's do this.
Okay.
Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. See you guys next time.